the king in his rap thing, they siblings, nothing but my children.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And just shutting him off there. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going. He'll be brought down at the 15. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll try and do this himself. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game.
They got to take Early out. Yeah, I think he's going to run.
Good news, they've got a
I don't know, he's kind of slow in the man.
So still a scoreless game in the first.
Yeah, I took this nigga out. Now he's back in. I take this nigga out front. Easy.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, I got to take him out. That's more saved him.
Auspicious starts that they were hoping to avoid a turnover on the first possession.
I'm not a fan of Early at all.
Words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Everybody up there. They say the Philippines, man, baby.
He'll drop to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. So from inside the 20,
they should play one team, they're not too up with the 17 over.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
I mean, you do play twice a year. About we all play twice a year.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here we go,
straight ahead, Walker. And he stops immediately there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 only. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is caught. And he will Jackson Smith-Njigba from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. After the touchdown, here's and the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
This is the last time out, right? Yeah. Let me finish this up, at least for the half, and then talking about more. Thanks, after that good fun.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response. A minimal game ticked down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Yeah, they go fast right now.
They're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
2 holes out. 2 more first.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
That's how you get it over.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to
The Roberts.
force a punting situation.
Have a problem out here holding out one.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're going to try and throw.
Oh, so I'm not mad at you there.
A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off.
Oh, you don't get involved in that.
They'll get the football back in outstanding
That was his fun, baby.
and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside.
Oh, that's
If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the results. Negative yardage. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off.
Yeah, he got the George turn.
But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them.
I just said, stand by, use it going back.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in the second quarter.
shotgun. Yeah. Shotgun.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Nice runs again.
Down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he takes it just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 13 yards there, and now you're 1st. As soon as he caught that toss and looked upfield, you can tell they had big numbers advantage blocking-wise.
They certainly did, which means oftentimes your safety will be unblocked. That means he's got to play from what they call inside out. Don't let the running back cut back and cross your face. Keep him pinned to the sideline and make the tackle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. And that's that good
That's crazy how sometimes they take a second off.
whenever you get good and ready.
How's that possible? I don't know that's possible. The high field right before the beginning.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. 1st downs in here. Here's George. 2nd and goal. Back to the 80-yard line now. Now Jones.
Now you're in a bright.
And he's going to take it. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
You have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try to get some points. It feels great going into the half.
That's your new point.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
19 Tigers.
A quick throw caught by
My nigga. 3 minutes. Well, you had to get a little wide.
Number 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That's what we should have to.
How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Man, he fucked up. They don't pay people for this service.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here.
That is X.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
Good position on him.
Turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. This one caught by Kittle. Now the timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
I'll change that up. I like that. Hey.
Operating from the gun.
Ooh, trying to get him off, but only 2 seconds. Okay,
Perhaps a
look at
chance
that.
for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
At the Seahawks 26-yard line.
Got it from there. That's the way. Okay. I haven't heard this song in man until I had a minute, not even a minute.
On 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is caught. Jennings. And now we'll get a late timeout.
Let's go there, guys. Fuck it.
Moments of quarter number 2.
First game, we go into the primary time.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half. The final shot before break.
Got it.
Jones.
Oh, come on. That's too easy to miss.
Incomplete.
It is, man. Yo,
Down, 2 remain. Charles and I return.
I waited for that nigga to be over. I could have been with your ass. Dude, God. Nobody was in sack. I just finished it.
And that is over the back line of the
This
end
case
zone.
is on. Alright, I want that from this side.
It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the 1st half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles, so as we start the 3rd quarter. Curious to see what the 2nd half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now it's Darnold. Left side.
Too easy. Anybody now. Can you get him 6? No. Same player. The 5 minutes there.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I should have scored that. I'm upset at myself that I did that pass.
Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Like that young man. Spike that.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Definitely fair. Still a lot of visit.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot
That's
it
got to be out of
away.
bounds.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
What do you want, baby?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter.
Yeah, break that and stuff.
Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's the whole reason why they're going to get past there. I'm not doing that.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They're not giving up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Jones wants to change it up. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to 46. 43 yards on the ground for him now, 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, they're making it count.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one good carry away.
There you go.
He's still on his feet. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 46 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Pinheiro now to have the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
These guys are on load here, Thomas.
All even as the kicks away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum.
That's the guy.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Darnold down to throw.
That's right there, so it's a big play.
By the rookie wideout. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, this is a really tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And it is incomplete. A lot of force.
Fight inside the right and everything.
It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To the air again, Darnold. Room to maneuver at the 35.
That's a good on 11 now.
But not before he's inside the 30. First time they looked his way in this game. He goes through picking up the 1st.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football.
They had another look for the grass.
Get in and picks up the 1st down.
So you know what's better over there.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he isn't getting in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
Final minute now, the 3rd quarter. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Darnold. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold.
Oh, hell no. Oh, got it. Still. We don't go on the first line, though. I don't know.
So a moment to catch our collective
down
conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Faking the give, Darnold.
Pick that. He wants that pick him. My man. You do no school.
Cooper Kupp, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
And the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
One man to beat. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of
there.
Before getting it down inside the 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take
there you go.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point is something good. And an important one that is we are all tied now in this 4th quarter. Now this one's setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kicks away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Thrown down, incomplete. It's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I ain't showing him any damn shit.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Darnold. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To throw is Darnold.
Oh, get that off.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Look that out. Got it there.
Field to the 46-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right.
Okay, McCaffrey. Okay.
Takes us for about 6 down inside the 40.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon.
Won't be nowhere.
He seems to be getting stronger.
He got that special team yards too, though.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Really almost open doors, yeah. He was caught it, even got some passing yards from this too.
No doubt. 3rd and 4.
So we got.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him.
There
This
we
might
go.
be a first down. A bit of a jump there, CD breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
McCaffrey
Here's the thing now.
and forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least
We still got 100. There you go.
yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
They didn't fall behind the century mark at all.
2nd and long. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He said it's right on.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
That's what we need. The timeout. We need to use that.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Jones.
He just can't go it.
As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I wanted to fight it, but, you know.
This sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try to go on field goal, you can go for it, or you can punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
And we stop the time.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now Jones.
Oh, that's pass interference like a motherfucker.
Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it
He
over.
kept me in my spot by blocking
Go
it.
for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. This is
It happens, it happens. Man, be doing that. The man of gods. Sometimes they with you,
Now Darnold.
sometimes they not.
Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down.
The pass interference on the healthy.
Darnold to throw.
They got
And that's going to be
H can do it.
incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you? No. I mean, they've got a plan, and they're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Darnold.
Pick that off. Ooh, good fucking pass.
It's Cup.
Good fucking pass. I'm telling you.
They've broken our tie here in the final
Super Cup to do that to you. Triple pound thing right there. Super Bowl winning.
Have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Ready there. The matter guys got me.
Touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
Oh, don't put the hand up. Yeah, you don't.
And not much happening on the return as we get this to about the 23.
We'll keep going. Fun. Look at this place.
Here's 1st and 10.
I think got that bells on it. I'm upset, man.
Here's Jones. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save the timeout. To throw is Jones.
Ooh.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys
20 seconds, girl.
continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
My first touchdown got me. I should have hit the field.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now I gotta go for 2 and this if I get it.
Jones.
Hey, fella, look at that one, huh?
He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
They still got a couple timeouts.
The 49ers now going to use the
We're gonna
first
try.
of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jones to throw. It's
If you would have thought that, I had him out to dry and over there, to be honest.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Yeah, man. They hold me out.
no choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
We gotta watch him
Gotta
go to
avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
try to come back and do that myself. Can't do it.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
They hold me out at the end of that. Pass interference. I wasn't winning pass interference, Fabio.
Seal this football game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, the offense kind of kicked things